Hi guys. Yes, I was feeling like ass yesterday. AKA really not great. I'm not feeling super great today, to be honest. Like, I'm nauseous and like my stomach is just off, and I think it might be like because of the change of food, um, because of the change of food and all this stuff. Um, and just like sort of change of time zones and whatnot. But yeah, I'm feeling quite okay, or quite not okay, I guess. But Hi everyone. I'm going to turn on TikTok before Grumpy yells at me. Before Grumpy yells at me, I am just the reason why I'm doing this so late is because I'm kind of also navigating a situation. Hi, that's so cute, Taz. I'm navigating a situation with my close friend that I went to school with who got mobilized today. And he got mobilized into a super random brigade, God knows where. And he's currently literally on a bus to God knows where. And so I am trying to send him into a normal brigade, into like something, something where I know people and that I know is not, um, is not just like a random freaking place that I don't know, that no one's gonna freaking know anything about. So I'm obviously trying to navigate this situation. One second. So I will have to respond from time to time over here, and I'm sorry for that in advance. I might not be able to turn on TikTok. I just am trying to get like the last bits of information that I need in order to in order to get him to like a normal unit in a normal battalion that isn't just some like random battalion. Also, yeah, as I said, like my stomach feels like ass, but I'm trying my best. Okay. Hi Grumpy, hi Taz, hi Ian, hi Mark. Hi Ozzy, hi Travis, hi. Who else is here? Ian, I think I said hello already. Hi Odin, hi Gord. Um, Hi Nick, hi Joe, hi Allie. And Crazy Cat. Oh my gosh. So many of you guys today. Hi, Veronica. Or was it not Veronica? Oh no. Hi, Praxis. Oh my gosh. Hi, Carolyn. What does my shirt say? It says Kiev regime. You know how Russians call it the Kiev regime. So it says Kievsky regime, which means the Kiev regime. So I love this shirt. I find it very funny. So I'm just kind of like trying to get, where did you get it? It was a gift, but it's a Ukrainian brand called Syndicate, I believe. And like if you want to find them online, then it's like SNDCT clothing, like Syndicate clothing. And I don't know if they still have them, but it was a gift from John over here. He is not here, but if he, oh, hi, Kurt. Oh my gosh, hello. But if he's here, I will let you know. So yeah, it's Syndicate. Just a Ukrainian brand that did. Is it Syndicate? I think it's Syndicate. Yeah, it should be Syndicate. So yeah. So yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna start with the news in we're gonna start with the news in like 5 minutes. I want to hear how your guys' day was, if you are, how you are doing, and we're gonna get right in. Also, I have an update. I did the tally for all the donations. There were a couple that came in yesterday, namely, I will tell you, I think give me 1 second. So, one was from Travis. I think I had a late fee from before, which I thought was very funny. One from Dave and one from Taz. And all that together with the two donations that weren't accounted for last time we spoke because it was after that live. We have, let me tell you, sorry, I just like, I hope the stomach ache ends at some point. $3,635.00. Look at that. Ow, oh my gosh. Sorry, my stomach hurts a lot, but we are at $3,635.00 for the fundraiser for the third separate assault brigade for 6 DJI Mavic 3 Pro drones. And if you would like to donate to that fundraiser, you can do so through the actually even link in bio on YouTube, but Grumpy is probably going to post it any minute now. And there is YouTube, there is PayPal, there is Venmo in the link, there is Revolut, and there are many other methods. I'm also laughing because normally Cindy sleeps on this bed that's here in the kitchen, and Liv just literally sleeps on a rug next to it. And while Cindy wasn't there, Liv kind of climbed onto this bed, and Cindy now is like trying to figure out what to do, and they haven't slept in one bed yet. So she's being very, like, in one dog bed. So she's being very very, very funny right now. Sin, go, you fit there. Go say hello. Go try to sleep together. I'm sorry, it was just very funny because it's like, baby's first steps, they might like sleep together in one dog bed for the first time forever. So yeah. Pin Beacons link. Yes, so this is the Beacons link where you can donate to the fundraiser. Every donation is going to be counted into the total, and it's going to be announced during the stream if you don't know how our donations work. And then I'm also going to post the amount at the end of the stream to Twitter, and that's how we keep the tally. Every time that donations come in, I update the tally. And usually I update the tally on Twitter after every stream and every couple of hours. Unless there are no donations, then there is nothing to update. I did pin it. Thank you, Grumpy. Now let me turn on TikTok. Oh my gosh. And we will start the news. I just don't want to, I don't want to forget to turn it on because I do quite often. So I'll just put it over here, and we will. Anyone shared live on Trident's Discord? Oh, that's nice. Aren't we almost at 2 already? Yes, we're almost at 2 drones, which is freaking phenomenal. 2 out of 6 is a good number. I mean, we could do better. We could do 6 out of 6, but that's going to take time. But 2 out of 6 is, almost 2 out of 6 is a fantastic freaking number. So also sorry, I keep my stomach. It's like such a weird stomach ache. I've never had one like that before. It's just kind of like the best way I can describe it is like my stomach whines, like it's whining. Um, hi, Galatian. Hi, Kat. Hi, Tawny. Hi, everybody. Hi, Mr. G. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just, it's a little. Oh, hi. Hi, Marchi. Okay, so as I'm trying, we are gonna have to. Oh my gosh. Hi, Lauren. Hi, everyone. I am gonna dive into the news because if I don't, oh my gosh, wait 1 second. 1 sec. I need to listen to this real quick. Sorry, I'm just also trying to figure out this mobilization situation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to scroll to the beginning of the live on YouTube. Hi, Darza, because I'm. Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out a friend of mine who is the age reduction. No, so it's basically like, so I have a friend and he's my classmate. We went to school together and I know him very well. I know him since I was like, in elementary school. And he is technically not suited for mobilization, or we have this term where he is like half not suited for mobilization. And that means that he technically is suited, but he is not suited for, like super difficult roles because, he doesn't see out of one eye and it's like not something that you can fix. Like his eyesight is really low anyways. So he got stopped by military today. They ran his information. It showed that he is not dodging the draft, but he is like, he's basically in the reserve. And because he didn't like necessarily insist on that information, they just mobilized him. So he is now being sent to like a random brigade at the front, and I'm trying to help him be in a not random brigade because I don't know what that brigade is. So I'm trying to, like, through my connections, basically just send him to a normal place. And yeah. And there's that. Hi there. Hello. So I'm just, I'm going to do the news, and I'm also going to monitor this situation because I want to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Sorry. Okay. So Zelensky is on Baltic Strip. It looks like it. Sam, are you in Ukraine right now? Yes, I am. I'm at home. Well, I'm not really at home. I mean, like, I'm in my hometown, and I am. I'm just trying to get used to everything. It's super wintry outside. It's snowing out of the wazoo. My sleep schedule is basically I fall asleep really early normally, except for today because I'm just really on edge and nervous, and I've been like dealing with all this stuff. So let me see what. Прикольно ходить, це Syndicate. Це був подарунок. Зараз, секундочку. Okay. So sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm not like ignoring anyone. I'm just like actually in the middle of the situation, and I do want to do the news, and I also want to like make sure that my friend doesn't end up in like some random battalion in Donetsk that doesn't have any that doesn't have any, that doesn't have any what's its face, ammo or equipment or anything like that. So, okay. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start. Oh my gosh. Robbie is asking me if I want him to do the news. That is very generous. No, I don't. It's okay. I will do the news. If I don't do the news, I'm gonna go crazy because yeah. Okay. So, gentle reminder, I am very actively renewing the fundraiser for Third Separate Assault Brigade. If you're on TikTok, the link for that fundraiser is in my bio. We are at 3,600. I will tell you in a jiffy. We are at 3,635, which is almost to DJI Mavic 3 Pro drones. Hey, Sliva, down, bulldog, Sliva, don't you dare, absolutely not. He's trying to steal her food. And Cindy just heard the word and is very alert. We're at $3,635, which is a little over $1,000 away from two drones for Third Separate Assault Brigade. The link to donate is in my bio if you're on TikTok, or it's pinned right here if you're on YouTube. Every donation is going to be announced, and it's also going to be posted. The total amount is going to be posted on Twitter after this live. So I really hope that, we'll get some donations today, because I actually, while I was moving and while I was flying back to Ukraine, I kind of, understandably was a little too busy. So I wasn't really very actively reminding people about this fundraiser. And since it's a 6 drone goal, it is a big fundraiser, and it's one that requires constant effort on my part to continue reminding people that it's still going. But because I was moving and getting to Ukraine, it's been a little bit, I haven't really done lives, and I've been trying to move in and all that stuff. So we're back. So every donation is going to be announced. It might not be like as they come, but I will be checking my PayPal and Venmo quite frequently. In my link in bio, you can donate through PayPal, Venmo, Revolut, or Monobank Jar. And I did find my lip balm. So if you would like to donate, do check out either my link in bio or right here. The link is pinned. Okay, let me get to where the news for today starts. And also, Robbie is working on a special episode for Ukraine War Brief. So if you like the podcast, I'm sure that you will be interested. So there was a huge attack on Kharkiv last night, with S-300 missiles. It was a hotel where actually a lot of international press stayed when they visited Kharkiv, and there are so far, thankfully, no casualties, but there are 13 victims and 13, sorry, so far no fatalities, but there are 13 casualties. And the rescue operations are ongoing. Actually, a friend of mine was on site helping because he is a qualified combat medic, so he's qualified to give first aid and help with, help with disaster relief in that way. It was a horrendous attack. There were international journalists staying there, and they did get hit. Russia constantly targets civilian infrastructure. We're not surprised by that. Kharkiv constantly gets targeted, but it has been getting targeted way more than it has before. And it's really upsetting to see that happen. And it's also really scary because, it's people who have lived in Kharkiv this entire time. Hi, Truthful. People who are used to constant explosions are getting incredibly uneasy because it's much more intense than it was, and it was already very intense given that it gets shelled every day. Okay. Journalists of the Turkish publication who lived in the hotel were among the victims, said the head of the regional military administration, Oleg Senehubov. This is what the hotel in Kharkiv looks like right now. Привет. All the windows are blown out. Roof structure is completely gone. It is very bad. Russia used several North Korean supplied ballistic missiles during the January 6th shelling, U.S. National Security Council Coordinator John Kirby. During the briefing, the official noted that the American side had already been informed about the first reported launch of a North Korean ballistic missile by Russia at Ukraine on December 30th. On January 2nd, Russia attacked Zaporizhzhia, Kyiv, Kharkiv, and other cities with approximately 10 such missiles. Then, on January 6th, Russian forces again fired several North Korean ballistic missiles at Ukraine. We are still assessing. Thank you, Truthful. And I've just returned from Lviv. I'm in Lviv. We are still assessing the impact of these attacks, but can confirm that at least one of them targeted Kharkiv, Kirby said. He emphasized that the United States has joined statement on the foreign ministers of 47 countries condemning the export of ballistic missiles from North Korea to Russia and the use of these weapons against Ukraine. Heroim Slava. Kirby also announced the U.S. intention on continuing to impose sanctions on all who contribute to the illegal transfer of weapons to the aggressor country. However, he stressed that the most effective assistance to Ukraine from the United States would be for Congress to approve a new aid package for Ukraine without further delay, and he's right. Moscow is seeking help from countries like North Korea and Iran. Ukraine needs our help, and we call on Congress to help us meet those needs, Kirby urged once again. So this is one of the things where, while the U.S. is sleeping on aid, Europe is really kind of stepping up aid, but Europe is not enough. Europe can't. Europe really can't give as much weapons and as much aid as the US can, military aid. And while Germany is really stepping up, and it's very obvious that the narrative in Europe is really changing and they're really understanding that they need to do this, the US is really stalling. And I understand the bureaucracy. I understand the parties, the party conflicts and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, Ukraine doesn't have time and this needs to be done. And North Korea and Iran supply Russia with weapons faster than our allies supply us with weapons. And that is, like, if that isn't ridiculous, I don't know what is. Can you imagine that North Korea and Iran supply Russia with weapons much faster than literally NATO does Ukraine, which is insane. And they're not thinking like, oh, should we give Russia this or should we give Russia that? Should we give them this at all? They're just, they just let Russia buy it. So that's that. And while, of course, the weapons that we receive are much stronger and these weapons are much more modern, we receive them in very small quantities. And Russia can just keep destroying cities and keep sending missiles. Also, we just got a donation through PayPal, and so we are now at $3,655 for our fundraiser. So if anybody wants to donate to the fundraiser, the link is available in bio on TikTok, beacons.ai/fundraiser. Do you live in Ukraine? Or even been? I am in Ukraine. I'm also Ukrainian, born and raised, and my citizenship is Ukrainian. Can you imagine that? My parents have always lived in Ukraine. And if you are confused as to my accent, then not my problem. And or I love it. I love that it says, have you even ever been? Like, if you go into my profile and you decide to do the tiniest, teensiest little bit of research, you will find out that I'm literally fucking Ukrainian, born and raised, and you don't really have to dig deep. It says it all right there. So yeah, yes, I have been to Ukraine. I have been to Ukraine when I was born in a maternity ward here. I have been to Ukraine when I, got my first passport. I have been to Ukraine when I got my first driver's license. I have been to Ukraine when I got my first international passport. I have been to Ukraine when I got to first grade. I was also in Ukraine when I graduated high school. I have been to Ukraine for all of my birthdays pretty much when I was like a kid. What other important life events does one go through? So there is that. Anyways, you guys, look at all of these trolls that are showing up on TikTok. I love trolls. I've missed you guys. When trolls come out of the forest and the dark places, I know that means Russia is suffering high losses on the battlefield, doesn't know what to do, and deploys informational warfare. Hello, good to see you. I am so happy to see this. Anyways, so yes, if anybody else wants to donate to the fundraiser, the link is in my link in bio here. And also if you're on YouTube, then it's pinned. We got a $20 donation, so we're at $3,655. Let me see if we have received any other donations while I was talking. It does not seem so, but that's okay. The night is only starting. Now I do need to, oh my gosh, look at that. We got another $20 donation. So we are now at $3,675, which is freaking fantastic. Also, you guys, if you want me to say your name, then just in the description of the donation, say that you don't mind, Heroyam Slava, that you don't mind me saying your name, because I don't know if people do and I don't know if people don't. So I don't want to you don't want to dox someone by accident. So there is that. Alrighty. Let me just quickly send this information to my friend while I am trying to figure out this situation with my friend on his conscription. So I yeah. Okay. I'm okay either way using my screen name. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Merche. That would be like Polish, right? So I just don't want to say it wrong. Wrong. I don't know why I said it like that, but I don't want to say it wrong. But yes. Okay, the strategic mistake of Germany, France, Italy, and Spain, the classic core nations of NATO, was underestimating the potential duration of the Russian-Ukrainian war and desiring a quicker resolution. As noted by Nico Lange, a senior researcher at the Center for European Policy Analysis, CEPA, in a commentary for Euractiv, Lange emphasizes the critical need for Ukraine to conserve artillery ammunition, pointing out that in certain frontline areas they're unable to retaliate and are subjected to shelling simply due to a lack of ammunition. Good morning. He attributes this dire situation to European policies based on incorrect assumptions and a failure to make essential industrial decisions. Agreed. Another thing is, so everyone was hoping that if Russia loses as many men as they did, they will just stop the war because that is a lot of losses. Russia is suffering a disproportional amount of losses. And if it was any normal country, obviously they would pay attention to that. But we were talking about Russia. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care for their people. They'll keep killing them as long as it serves their purpose, So they keep throwing people at the front literally without any ammunition. I mean, like nothing, not even a rifle, like barehanded, just so they're there. Like meat assaults. They call them meat assaults. Except at this point, they're actually literally meat assaults because it's just people with their bare hands at the front. Also, we just got another donation of $25, and that puts us at $3,700. Ooh, I like the even numbers. Sorry, that was I was like, ooh, I like the even numbers. But thanks, Dan. Ow, ow, ow. Oh my God. Sorry, I have this like very strange, this stomach situation is really strange. And it's not even like, I don't know, maybe it's just like cold here and I wore something, and I wore some like jacket that wasn't like long enough, and that's in my like, I don't know, it's cold here, okay? And I'm not used to winters like that at all. So yeah, okay. Oh my gosh. So this is what I was saying, is that everybody thought that if Russia continues getting losses the way that they do, experiencing losses the way that they do, they would stop. But of course, it's Russia. Russia doesn't care. Russia will kill all of their people just to continue what they've started, and they will not care one bit. So there is that. So Armin here on YouTube, Armin here on YouTube released his quote of the day, so I'm going to read it to you. If you don't know who Armin is, he's fantastic, and he's literally the quote guy, and all of his quotes are always very on point, and hi Mandy, and very much relevant to the situation. History teaches with unmistakable emphasis that appeasement but begets new and bloodier war. Like blackmail, it lays the basis for new and successively greater demands until, as in blackmail, violence becomes the only other alternative. Douglas MacArthur, sorry. That's actually, yeah, like that's the thing, appeasing a dictator really is not gonna work. I saw a poster um, from World War II era, and it was all of these fighter jets in the sky, and it says, try negotiating with that. Because this, countries were told during World War II to try and negotiate with Hitler. And how do you negotiate with Hitler? Looking back at it, right? Everybody wishes that they entered the war, and everybody wishes that they resisted Hitler sooner, right? This is that same situation where 100 years from now, people are going to look back on history and they're going to be like, how did you not see that? You should have just done everything you could right away. But unfortunately, we don't see it immediately, right? But it doesn't cost anybody but Ukrainians. It costs lives. And it's really sad. Hi, Tara. Thank you. Simultaneously, Lange highlights how Putin, facing challenges from Western sanctions and corruption, took measures to enhance Russia's defense industrial capabilities. In the lead up to winter, Russia systematically bolstered its military strength in Ukraine, expanding production and engaging in arms deals to procure significant quantities of North Korean missiles and Iranian drones. The expert contends that Putin exhibits no inclination for peace and is prepared to sustain the conflict, potentially until 2030, as he sees it as a matter of survival in the face of challenges such as Western sanctions and internal corruption. Yeah, Russia has been trying to systemize their domestic production. Russian, also interestingly, so you know how Russians lie on their TV all the freaking time, and they lie about everything. It's like, if their mouth moves, they're lying. One second. So on their TV, they were doing this interview with Putin in Khabarovsky Krai, which is really funny. That's where my grandmother was born, very close to its like depth of freaking Siberia. It's like a very poor region. And they were talking about sort of like, how emphasis is how prices are up and all this stuff. And Putin said, prices are up because people are making more money and they're buying more things like eggs and butter and bread. And so the stores are running out of these things. And obviously, our domestic production is not capable of keeping up with the demand. And we didn't think that this would be a thing. So we didn't import enough stuff. And that's how they explained these skyrocketing prices for eggs and butter and other things. And like the people sitting there are eating it. Like they're eating it up. They're like nodding and they're like, oh yeah, makes sense. How do you sit there in poverty where your salary keeps getting smaller and smaller and prices keep getting larger and larger, and you just believe that people are richer and that's why it's happening? It's like the dumbest thing I've heard. So yeah, bewildering. Absolutely bewildering. But that's Russia, and they don't really use, logic. They just lie and use, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, they're just saying things at this point. Will you still be live in 30? I don't know. That depends. I do have a really bad stomach ache, and I'm doing it despite it. But I might not be. And I'm actually like, it's been there all day. It's been there all day. And it's weird because I've never had anything like that. It's just like a very strange type of stomach ache. It's not even an ache, it's like a stomach whining. It's weird. Немає, на жаль. Вона тут нічого немає, тільки заїхав недавно в цю квартиру. In his address to the Security Council, Serhiy Kyslytsa, Ukraine's representative at the UN, who is really phenomenal, and I fangirl over him so much, and so does the rest of Ukraine, because he is genuinely great. Do you speak English as good as Ukrainian? Yes, I do. I speak English very well, and I speak Ukrainian very well. Kyslytsa highlighted that the members of the council are regularly subjected to the language of war, particularly in the speeches delivered by Russian representatives. He emphasized that this language is the very means through which occupiers receive orders to launch full-scale aggression against Ukraine. Kyslytsa vividly described the grim reality faced by victims, including instances where individuals are subjected to violence such as rape in the presence of their relatives. Moreover, he asserted that this language is the ominous precursor heard by many Ukrainian civilians before they face execution. Furthermore, Kyslytsa chose to deliver part of his speech in French, a historical reminder aimed at the representatives of the Russian Federation. He noted that French was spoken by the Russian nobility and diplomats in the past, drawing attention to a linguistic and cultural connection that adds nuance to the diplomatic discourse. Дякую. So that's like the whole thing, Russia keeps saying that, oh, the mighty Russian language, but like most of Russian Tsars didn't want to speak Russian. It was considered the language of plebs. They spoke French and German, and they spoke some English. And in the their royal highnesses actually spoke French. But what they're talking about here is that, the language of war and the language which Russia uses is always used in order to re-educate, brainwash, filtrate, and right before they kill Ukrainians. And Kyslytsa is drawing attention here to the fact that it's been 2 years of the full-scale war, and Russia still kidnaps and filters people and sends them to Russia. And, kidnaps Ukrainians, re-educates Ukrainians, makes Ukrainians fight on the side of Russia. Like it's Russia is doing so many, we always talk about war crimes, and obviously there are war crimes, but just their amount is so insurmountable that it just feels, it almost is like everything Russia does is a war crime, and rarely do they not do a war crime. And that's crazy. During the Ukraine NATO Council meeting, the allies pledged to provide assistance to Kyiv in enhancing its air defense capabilities in 2024. This support encompasses joint efforts, including the purchase of anti-aircraft missiles designed for Patriot systems. Additionally, collaboration is expected with Germany for the Skynex systems and with Britain for the procurement of anti-aircraft missiles. Thank you, Totti. Ukrbоронпром initiates a partnership with innovative defense companies from Lithuania. Lithuania is always doing their best. Thank you, Lars. And Lithuania is always at the top. Baltics are generally fantastic. The joint stock company Ukrainian Defense Industry is embarking in collaborations with 4 foreign companies specializing in innovative developments and military production. Letters of intent were signed on January 10th during the visit of the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, to Vilnius, Republic of Lithuania. How do I donate? If you would like to donate to the fundraiser, you can go, if you're on TikTok, you can go to my link in bio. I will show you how that works. And you open, there is beacons.ai over here. You click on there. You click on here. Sorry, it's gonna take a second. My internet is really bad. And it's gonna bring you to my Beacons page where you can go here. And it's gonna give you all the methods you can donate through. and it'll tell you everything about the fundraiser too. And I already have changed graphics, updated graphics, but I haven't updated them yet because, as per usual, I am, I'm constantly running around doing things and I'm so bad at time management, but that's how you donate. So if you would like to donate, you can do that through my link in bio, or if you're on YouTube, you can do that through here. Oh, hi, Anchi. Good to see you. Good to see you, DJ. Okay. So, Kharkiv under massive shelling again. And this is the shelling that I was, the shelling that I was showing you and telling you about. So, I send you a donation, read the message. 1 second, I will. So this was the shelling of the hotel. Hi, G-Man. Hi, Garth. So this is the shelling of that hotel that everybody was talking about. So a friend of mine who is a very impressive person, he is the head of Trident Defense Initiative, which is a training organization. Hi, Finland, or rather, hi, Swami, which is a hi, Giddy, which is a training organization that trained upwards of 11,000 soldiers and completely free of charge. And so he was there yesterday when this was happening, and he was helping on the ground to give medical aid to the people that needed it. So here is him with one of the victims. Some more, So Trident Defense Initiative trains soldiers in mine clearance, in tactical medicine, and in a lot of other very useful skills. And so if you are a foreigner who has the means to train Ukrainian soldiers, who has the knowledge to train Ukrainian soldiers, they always need instructors. And now they actually offer flights to Ukraine and back, paid, for their instructors, and you can apply on their website. The initiative is called Trident Defense Initiative. So if you're interested, they always need people, so you can apply, and that goes for Canada, the US, and UK. I believe they will actually fly you out. So there is that. Okay, Volodymyr Zelensky met with his Estonian colleague Alar Karis in Tallinn. Today is a very special day. We welcome the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, to Estonia. Our strong friendship is based on common values. The ideals we strive for are always democracy and freedom. Wrote the President of Estonia on Twitter. People call it X, but I'm not going to do that. It's always going to be Twitter. Also, wait, let me see. There is a note that was... I was told there is a note with a donation. Oh, and I need to read it. 1 second. So there is thank you, Bob. Wait. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. I actually find that is so cute, your name. So we have another We have another $20 donation, and I am going to add it up here. Thank you, Truthful. And it's going to be $3,720 now for the drones fundraiser. So if you would like to donate to the fundraiser, you can do so by going to my link in bio on TikTok, and there's all the details. Or you can also go to the link over here that's over there. And it's it's pinned. Sorry. Why do I defend Azov? Where do I begin? Because Azov is our brave warriors who stood on the defense of Mariupol. There is literally not a single record under any president, even right during the Revolution of Dignity, of Azov doing anything wrong or hurting anyone. Azov doesn't wear swastikas, but that's okay. You can read this fantastic book. It's called Idea of Nations, The History of a Symbol. And you can find out what it is. Also, literally, you call anything a swastika, and that is literally not a swastika. No, they don't wear a lightning symbol, honey buddy. Anyways, I'm not going to do that. But there are literal Nazis destroying Ukraine right now while, hitting missiles and carpet bombing all of the cities. And they're doing that under barely any signs other than the Z. And you don't call them Nazis for some reason. And then there is Azov that heroically defends Ukraine and has literally never had history or any proof other than Russian made up stuff from Russian government channels, that they have done anything wrong other than defend Ukraine and their cities. And for some reason, all you focus on are symbols because you're a troll and you just want to do that. But you know what? You are in a very wrong location for that. Sorry about it. Okay. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni is trying to negotiate with Orbán so that he stops stalling EU decisions in support of Ukraine and mends relationships with Zelensky. In return, Meloni offers Orbán's Fidesz party to join the European conservatives and reformists ahead of the upcoming European Parliament elections. So basically, they're all trying to bribe Orbán, and Orbán put himself in a position where where people literally have to bribe him and literally have to still try and convince him to do the right thing. But that's so annoying because that shouldn't be happening, they shouldn't be trying to get Orbán to do things. They should just, there is this petition running around, and the petition is to take away Hungary's right of veto. And I hope that many, many countries sign it. It was started by the Baltics, obviously, because the Baltics are awesome. Because Hungary shouldn't have the right of veto. Also, give me 1 second. For those of you on TikTok, I'm going to show you something really cute. And then for those of you on YouTube, I'm going to show you that exact same cute thing in a second. But look how adorable. This is so adorable. Aww. How cute is that? Except, I wish that they slept together in the bed. Not one is just sleeping and one is on the floor. Okay, 1 second. Let me see. What are you seeing? Okay, here. Look how cute that is. Oh, sorry. Look how adorable. Oh. How adorable is that? Oh. Okay. All right. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? I just I turned and I saw this and I was like, oh, Bubba's. And we all deserve some cuteness sometimes, so why not? The president of Estonia, Alar Karis, said that Tallinn will provide Ukraine with aid in the amount of 1.2 billion euros until 2027. He emphasized that Estonia has concrete plans to restore Ukraine. for which it would also be fair to use frozen Russian funds. No comment. Agreed. Zelensky said that there is currently a certain shortage of weapons in Russia, so Ukraine cannot pause in the war because it will exclusively benefit the aggressor. Yeah. Hungarian Foreign Minister Szijjártó announced that on January 29th, he will hold a meeting with Kuleba in Uzhhorod, where they will discuss preparations for Orban's meeting with Zelensky. I'm so curious because last time we saw Orban, a meeting with Zelensky was at the inauguration for the Argentinian president, and it literally looked like Orban was backed into a corner, and it was phenomenal and fantastic. Also, we got another donation. Thank you, Veronica, and we are at $3,750. They're sleeping so symmetrically, right? That's why it was so cute. I kind of want to take a picture of this. Wait 1 second. Sorry, because it is actually so symmetric. And it's funny because they're like, the little beds. Sorry. So $3,750. And yes, and I'm very curious as to what Orban's conversation with Zelensky is going to be like, because Orban is, he's not the type of person you can reason with. He's the type of person you can bribe. And he's the type of person who's just trying to find the best solution for him. And obviously he understands that the free world is not interested in how he's interested in running a country. So obviously Russia is a good ally for him because he wants to be he's a mobster. He's a mobster in power, and that's how he wants to continue running the country. Joanna Berencel, spokeswoman for the European Commission on Defense Industry, announced that the EU is set to manufacture 1 million munitions for Ukraine by the spring of this year. This commitment underscores the collaborative effort to support Ukraine in its defense needs. Peter Stano, a representative of the EU Foreign Policy Service, provided additional details, stating that by the end of December, over 300,000 munitions had already been delivered to Ukraine. Stano also highlighted ongoing efforts, noting that there are at least 180,000 shells on order as of the end of December, with the potential to further increase the order based on existing contracts. This collective initiative aims to enhance Ukraine's capabilities and resilience in the face of security challenges. I question if the Hungarian people are sick of him by now. So the thing is, the Hungarian people that were sick of him actually fled Hungary a long, long time ago. And in the beginning of the invasion, I actually ran into a Hungarian person who was an activist who's been living in the US for a while. And they moved because they were persecuted by the government. And they said that Orban doesn't even have to manipulate the elections anymore because this many people actually vote for him. Because he's just a mobster in power. And he's a dictator. And that Budapest is pretty much the only place where they don't support what the rest of Hungary does. And I don't know whether that's true, which it appears to be true, but it's really sad. It's really, really sad to see. But Hungary with Orban does not have a place in EU. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has rejected claims that Italy should not send weapons to Ukraine because it would escalate the conflict. In her opinion, on the contrary, help with weapons is necessary in order to ensure confrontation on the battlefield with the Russian Federation, because without help to Ukraine, the war threatens to get closer to Italy. If we did what those who say we should not support Ukraine are suggesting, we would not have peace. We would have an invasion and therefore a war closer to home. Hi, Glitter. I mean, she's right. But the thing is, so it's kind of it's a slippery slope with Giorgia Meloni because, she is a very smart and she says whatever it is that she thinks is the best thing to say. She's kind of like Nikki Haley in that way, right? We remember that recording where she thought she was talking to African delegations and she was actually talking to Russian pranksters. And she's that type of person, right? She's flip-floppy. She'll say whatever she thinks is the best thing to say to the person she's talking to. She knows that Europe is unanimously standing behind Ukraine, except for Hungary, because that is just a Russia shill. And so she will be perpetuating this idea. You will be you'll have to read my lips. But she'll be perpetuating this idea that she's like this reasonable person who thinks that weapons should be sent to Ukraine. But in reality, if she was like, if the rest of Europe today was like, you know what, nah, we're done, she'd be like, yep, I agree, we're done. So she's she's a shitty character. I mean, I agree with her in her assessment. She's right, because that is the truth. Is she genuine about it? I just see a lot of people praising Giorgia Meloni because her speeches are always so like on point and inspirational. But the thing is, like, she's from like Mussolini's party, you know? She's from the same party as what's his face, as Berlusconi. It's not a good party. And they don't have good views. And she's like super anti-immigrant and pretty fascist. She's a far right leader, but she's just smart. She's very smart. And so she knows how to play her audience. Latvia will provide Ukraine with a new package of military aid. There will be weapons, communication devices, equipment, etc. In general, the amount of Latvian aid has already exceeded 600 million euros. The European Commission may, at the end of February, publish an assessment on the reforms in Ukraine, which depends on the start of negotiations on joining the EU. Radio Svoboda correspondent in Europe, Ricard Jozwiak. The assessment is expected on the 27th, but the journalist clarified that the date may change. Hi, Sam. Good to see you. Ukrainian investigators received the first preliminary evidence that Russia could have used North Korean-made missiles during the shelling of Kharkiv on January 2nd, Prosecutor General Kostin said. According to him, a comprehensive commission examination is currently underway, which should finally confirm this fact. The prosecutor's office is also working with other fragments of rockets at the site, shrapnel, of recent terrorist attacks in Kharkiv and Odessa regions. So, Zelensky reproached Western partners. If they had given Ukraine more powerful air defense systems, people would not have died from Russia's massive ballistics missile attacks. And how to live peacefully and sleep. Oh, hi, Rosalind. If you understand that you have dozens of such systems, patriot, and if Ukraine were given 7 systems today, people in Kharkiv, Kherson, Odessa would not die. Can one live with this normally? Simultaneously with the criticism, the president thanked the Western partners for their support. I mean, I agree with him. It's like, all of these countries have all of these air defense systems, and it's not like they can't give more, right? It's just that, escalation, too much aid, too much this. And it's like, Kharkiv is 30 kilometers from the front line. Sorry, from Russia. Not from the front line, from Russia. And Kharkiv doesn't have air defense like that. It's a rocket lands, and then they hear an air raid because of how fast that happens. And Kharkiv needs air defense. Kherson needs air defense. All these places need air defense. And it's really, really, really sad that we don't have them. Zaporizhia needs air defense. We pretty much only have really good air defense in Kyiv, because if something happens to all the offices, then the country can't run. And it's really sad that we're not being given more air defense, because that's not even a weapon. It's not an assault weapon. It's a defensive weapon. How can that be of any consideration? We need more irises, more vampires, more patriots. We need more patriots. It's so freaking sad. Read that NATO is sending more Patriots. Well, they sent another Patriot and I'm not going to say where they put it, but when they say that, it takes months, if not up to a year, to do that. And Russia shells us every day. And they should have given us more Patriots when they gave us. Я не в Україні, та ти що? А де я? Скажи мені, будь ласка, тому що я знаходжуся у Львові зараз. В Україні. Чи Львів для тебе якась інша країна? А ще, якщо в тебе написано «мой котенок» на кацапській йобаній, блядь, свинособачій мові, і ти приходиш і мені кажеш, чому ти кажеш, нам треба, бо ти не в Україні? Фортеця Львів. А ти єбанутий російський троль, і що далі? Хорошого дня. Anyways, не вийшло, правда? Не вийшло щось сказати, тому треба було це написати. Круто тобі. Anyways, sorry, there is like a troll pretending to be Ukrainian and their like nickname is something like my kitten in Russian, and they're like, why are you saying we need? You're not in Ukraine. And I was like, I'm in Ukraine. I'm in Lviv. Like, while you're like, you know, your handle is in like Russian language, maybe you'll fuck off. And the person retaliates by saying Fortress Lviv, which is like, you know, nothing ever happens in Lviv. So they're like basically trying to like disparage Lviv as like part of the Ukrainian war experience. And it's kind of funny because it's like, okay, so basically you were trying to say I'm not in Ukraine. Now I'm in Ukraine. So your comment didn't work. So now you're trying to find literally anything to discredit me saying we need weapons. Cool. Well, okay. I was in Kyiv 3 days ago or 4 days ago. I'll be there on Monday. And then I was in Zaporizhia a couple of months ago, and I'm going to Kharkiv in a month. So I don't know. Is that? Should I like wait until I'm there and then say we need weapons? Or should I have said we needed weapons when I was in Zaporizhia? Does it only count when you're in those cities? Just curious. Trolls. Okay, so we also received another donation, and I'm going to add that up, and we are at $3,775.00. Sorry, it's just the dogs made really weird noises. So yeah, so that's the last donation we received. And if you would like to donate, you can do that through my link in bio on TikTok or through my pinned link over here on YouTube. And for someone who is asking if I live in Ukraine full time, I thought you were from New York, and they're saying that in Ukrainian. So, I mean, I'm not from New York. I'm from Lviv. I've been living in New York for the past 12 years. I came to visit Ukraine for the first time in a very long time because I couldn't due to immigration reasons in late August, and I stayed until November. And I went back. I got my dog. I adopted a dog from a shelter here. And I am planning on living between 2 countries. I get a lot more done in Ukraine. I'm planning on being in Ukraine much more than being in the United States. I'm planning on taking a combat medic course. And yeah, that's kind of, it's just, you know, life changes sometimes and takes wild turns, and that's kind of the turn mine took. And I just feel more useful when I'm here in Ukraine, you know? Wait. What am I not seeing? Alrighty. Oh, look, Ukrainization is working. A Russian troll is writing in Ukrainian. They're trying to write glory to Russia, but they're writing it in Ukrainian. I love it. Oh my gosh. Can someone screenshot that and send it to his handler because he's speaking Ukrainian? I'm sure that's like forbidden in Russia. I feel like that's like not great. Yeah, Ukrainians. Sure, of course you are. Yeah, sure, honey baba. Yeah, well then why don't you move to I don't know, like, Rostov or something. It's none of your business what I do. Like, it isn't. I don't find these questions appropriate anymore. Like, literally, if you go onto my page, you will find out what happened, but I just don't know why people want to know that. I quit my job 2 years ago to literally do this. And what do I do for a living? I am a journalist. I record voiceovers with United 24. I have a podcast, a news podcast. I record news segments with other media. And I feel like it's really rude to ask someone, oh, what do you do besides TikTok? Like, I don't know, go on my page, find out. Like, what the fuck? It literally, like, actually says it in my bio. Where can we listen? Is it linked to my page? Yes. If you go onto beacons.ai/Yulia, you will find everything. You will find everything connected to me in that one place. Like, you'll find my podcasts. You'll find my podcasts. You will find everything. Also, you guys, can you please go into Катя, там якийсь мой котик в цьому в людях, які дивляться. І я би дуже хотіла це блоканути, бо це якась русня. І воно мене намагається запросити, намагається, коротше, добратися в ці guest requests, і воно там десь висить, і поки воно не пішло. Можеш їх, будь ласка, блоканути? The U.S. has not abandoned Ukraine. That's not what happened. It's really a narrative that people are trying to I guess, pursue. Oh yeah, it doesn't show it for me anymore either because it heard. Well, let me try and find it. So there is like a troll that's been watching this live, and I really want to block it because it heard me wanting to block it, and then it ran away, which is so sad. But let me see if I can find it. Users. Let's see. I don't know. Well, whatever. I'll find it eventually. Alrighty. You guys, it was so good to see all of you. It's 2 a.m. Напишіть, слухайте, якщо ви розмовляєте англійською добре, то на нашому подкасті буде епізод. You guys, it came to YouTube. Oh my gosh, it came to YouTube. You guys. Oh, you wanted to make fun of it. It came to YouTube. Oh, I love that. I'm sorry. For those of you who are Ukrainian, this thing translated. Okay, so I love when Russian trolls are making an effort and they're translating stuff into Ukrainian because it's always the most like moronic, ridiculous stuff because they don't know how to do this. And so it literally says, боїшся вступати в дискурс? Тухлодира хвойда. I'm sorry. I'm taking a screenshot of this the best insult I've ever gotten. I'm sorry. Тухлодыра хвойда. And this thing literally says, it keeps repeating, I'm Ukrainian. And it's like, no, you're not. But good luck with that. If you like, fucking hell. I love this. I need to remember this, right? I'm sorry. There's more. There's more. I'm sorry. Smerdюча піхва. He's Ukrainian, okay? Ukrainian. I love this. Listen, sir, like you're making my evening. Like, I love it. This thing thinks it's like trolling me and it thinks it's insulting me. I love this. I'm actually like, oh, this is so funny. Please continue. I mean, I will block you because like I am actually not interested in discussing anything with you, but like, this is, thank you. Yes, I do. I think тухлодыра хвойда is this is literally what I'm gonna be like when I don't like someone. This is what I'm going to be calling them now. I swear. Oh my gosh. Nick, could you please screenshot that first insult and just send it to our mutual friend? Like, please. She'll love that. Just please. Okay, guys. Well, I mean, this is fantastic. This was a great thing to go to sleep to. I will okay, from the Maxim Livanov person, and it's literally their first it's their two first messages in the chat. Their two first messages in the chat. Oh my god, they don't stop. It doesn't stop. I love this. I love this. Anyways, you guys. Maxim, it was it was great to meet you. It's great to meet you. You guys, how do I? Okay, bye. It was great to meet him. I did block him. No, the next one. But the next one. The one under this, but I have all the screenshots. I just think it would be funnier coming from you. Okay. You guys, this was a fantastic end to my night. Thank you so much. I do have to go to sleep. If I don't block this person, I'm just not gonna go to bed because it's so funny. It is so funny. Anyways, good night, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And I am, oh my gosh, good night, you guys. And I will work on thinking how to translate this into English because you can't. But I will do my best to try and come up with like an insult that could encompass, the meaning of this. But okay, I have to go to sleep because if I don't, it's so late. It's later than I ever go to sleep these days. Oh, you guys, it came back. I love that it says it's Ukrainian, but it has like 55 profiles. Like, sir, I'm not going to be tired of blocking you, but goodbye. Oh, no, not Kurt. No. Oh my gosh, no, not Kurt. I'm so sorry. That was an accident. Kurt, I'm so sorry. Oh no. I was trying to delete the freaking like. No, Kurt. Sorry. I accidentally. Kurt. Well, I accidentally blocked you instead of the troll. Okay, I really gotta go to sleep. Bye, guys. Love you. See you tomorrow. You're fantastic. I always have like one troll that stalks me, and there hasn't been one for a while. So, okay, bye. Bye. I swear, this is so fucking funny. I love how these people say they're Ukrainian and then they have 75 accounts just to just to write garbage from. And I love that. All right. Bye, guys.